Hello everyone, this is Stacy for Art with Art Journal Life, and welcome to today's broadcast. I am going to look for us so I can follow along on the stream. Hang on. Today we're going to jelly print, which I think is a lot of people love, right? It says I'm live there, so okay. Alrighty, here we are. So this is crazy. I've lost a jelly plate someplace, and I don't know what this, I don't know, there's something on this jelly plate, so I decided I was going to use the other side. So when I got my jelly plate, it said to use printer paper, and I think the printer paper might have made it weird, the whole jelly plate. So now I have my small jelly plate. I'm not sure we're going to use that, but I brought all kinds of paper. I'm trying to see if we're in line here. Yes. Now I have a book here that I'm going to use, a magazine, for rolling off my brayer as we go. I have a lot of, so I'm going to just put this here. I have a lot of different papers, so a lot of thin papers. So I brought these for mark making. Don't know if we'll get to it, but let's see what we have. I have some stencils over here. So I have some old dictionary papers that are still clearly attached, but we're going to separate them. I have these that I made that I didn't really care for, so we're going to put these in the mix. I have these from I don't know what this really was. It was an old book, basically, of maybe a journal that they used to use to keep track of their customers and businesses. So I have that, but I also have these very thin white paper. So more of these dictionary papers. So I have some tracing paper. I'm just showing you. This is some rice paper, so very thin rice paper. This is some very thin Tomoe River paper, which is strong but very thin. It's a very nice writing paper, actually. This is just some good old-fashioned tissue. So, all right, those are the things that I brought. Let's get to it. So I'm just going to warm up by, there's a lot of junk on this plate. So I'm just going to warm up by rolling out and seeing what I can pick up off of this plate. I'm trying to think what I want to use because I think we're going to use just some white to pick up this color. Now I had wanted my smaller plate, my square plate. I have no idea, like my office isn't like it's some giant, there's a hair or something here. I want to pull off. Oh, maybe it's just imprinted. Well, anyhow, I don't feel it, so I can't pull it off. So this is some Liquitex titanium white. And all I'm doing is rolling out a thinnish layer because I'm going to try to pull whatever's on here. Now we're making these, so I have some papers to use when I start making my, I'm going to start with this page right here. This one, I made those papers last week and I didn't like them, so we're going to start with that. So now I usually take this and roll it off on my magazines, which I did. Just old, I like to coat the magazine paper with the acrylic in the different colors because I find that it makes really also great journal paper. So I'm just going to pull this and see if we can pull some of that color up. So it did. Didn't pull much or as much as I would like. So I'm going to keep working that. I'm just laying my papers over here to dry in between. So I think the one thing I know is that heavier body paint is better for pulling up old layers, but let's try this open acrylics from Golden. This is quinacridone magenta. Oh, and that's not going to be enough. Let's put a little more on there. And I'm just going to keep rolling and pulling until my plate kind of cleans up, if I can get it that way. And if I can't, I'm going to pull out the heavy-bodied and not the opens. Again, the opens are great. I love them because they stay wet longer on our plates, but they don't sometimes pull those heavier layers that you have. Let's try to pull more of this. So again, this is just to keep things, hi Stella, just to keep things super clean, you know, try to clean off my plate a little bit before we really get going. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some heavier body paint to really try to pull these up. But I'm not going to waste all this. I am going to keep putting paint colors over, or yeah, paint pulls over top of that because this is valuable stuff when you have the old stuff there. Let's see, what do I have for some? Let's try this. This is kind of boring because it's another pink, but this is a heavier body. This is Blick's quinacridone magenta. So in the same color family as that other one that I put on there, the golden one. And again, I'm just trying to pull some colors that were the dirt off the plate or the old painty parts. And I love, love, love those. So I'm going to take this time. I hear something on my desk jiggling as I do this. Oh, hi, Donna. Good to see you. So I like to use old book papers. I like the looks of the things that come through it. These dictionary papers are so super nice because you can still see through them. Let's try this. So this old stuff is starting to come up now. I'm going to do one more try with another color that I have here. Let's see what I've got. Well, I was looking for something that I'm not going to find. I think I really need that heavy bodied, so if you give me a second, I'm going to go get it. Okay, so I'm going to try the quinacridone nickel azo gold with this. I know that sometimes, yeah, I think Estella, I absolutely agree with you. I think we really need to let it dry. Ooh, that's going to be too much. I'm going to wipe up a little bit of that. Let's see. I think it is anyway. But yes, I agree with you. I think if we let it dry on there, but since I couldn't find my smaller plate, which I have no idea, I moved everything. Maybe I'm going to leave this. Let's use it. My plan was to use my smaller plate, which was already, cleaned off. But I know that if I let the paper dry on here, I guess I could use my small plate. But I was hoping to do more. So I think what I have here is I have some, and one of them happens to be Estella's. So I haven't used this yet. This is the Tangled Heart that Estella made. This came from PM Artist Studio. So there's the information. But I'm going to try using this on here. And I'm going to try to lift this. Now, this is thin paper. We can see through it, so I'm just kind of rubbing into the stencil. This is called the Tangled Heart stencil. And Estella made this in conjunction with PM Artist Studio. So let's pull this. Oh, 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 I love this. Wow, wow, wow. Can you see the pink and the nickel azo? No, what is this? What I use? Quinacridone nickel azo gold. Ooh, love that. Okay. So we're going to pull this up. I'm just going to lay this over here on my book, my magazine, and roll it off, hopefully. And let's pick a paper and see if we can now I'm going to pick one of these other papers. Let's see if I can get some of the stuff off the sides. Now I'll do this and I'll work this because I don't want to waste any of the paint, because you never know what you're going to get off. Sometimes it could be really a great pull that you didn't expect. And it's always when you're not trying and you don't expect it that you find it. Estella, I love your stencils. So of course. Okay, even that, which is the reverse, came out looking fabulous. Look at that. So I love this. So again, these are papers that I'm going to try using in collage, that I'm going to use when I make my art piece, my big art piece for my house. So that's what I'm doing here. Wow. Oh. I thought I had some colored paper with me. I didn't bring it. But I would love... So Estella said sometimes fluid acrylics are really good for pulling up old paint. You just have to let it dry. Yeah, that's the problem. So I don't have time today to let it dry. We all know how that goes, right? So I'm just going to take a chance here. this is going to be a little intense, so I'm going to add a little white to it. Which I put down. There we go. So I'm going to add just a little white before I pull it. So here goes. And that's only because I want to lighten that. It's very dark. That turquoise, it is turquoise phthalo, which it's very vibrant, very dark, I think, if you don't add the white to it. So we're going to add the white to it. Should we try another? I'm going to try a different stencil. Let's see what I've got here. I have this honeycomb one. I was looking for some other ones. As I started to say, we had to move everything, and because of the construction here, so it became quite messy, disjointed. I can't find anything. Let's just use some different papers here. Now, when you do jelly printing, you can tell when it's wet. So Estella thinks more transparent paint, so I can do that in a second, Estella, because I have my transparent paints over here. I haven't had a good jelly plate session in a super long time. Anyways, you can feel it's cool to the touch, so you know that the paint is still wet under there. Ooh, here we go. This old junk, oh yes, that's what I love. So let's pull this one. Now, while you might not use the entire piece in a mixed media format, you would use parts of this maybe. And that's what I'm going for here. So now this becomes, let me move that. Oh, I really love that. Now I want to pull this up. I could use just baby wipes and wipe, but let's try Estella's idea of using a transparent, excuse me, I have the hiccups now. Now this is green gold, so it turns more yellow eventually. There we go. So it might look hideous with this blue, but it definitely turns more yellowy to me. So we're just experimenting and playing. All right, this is a transparent paint. Let's try this one. And I'll put this over here. So all of these just become fodder for my journal, right? Just papers that I could rip up and use, well, in my journal or in making an art piece. I mean, that's the idea behind mixed media art, right? So there's a little hint as to what's coming. Oh, yeah. And it's this old, junky junk that I end up loving. So there'll be pieces that maybe you want to take out and pick out and use on in your art pieces. So that's, now I'm gonna try, it might be too dry, but let's try picking up that edge a little bit. I love green gold too. It came out really pretty. So some of that did come out. Again, I love this old crusty stuff from my gel plate. There's still stuff on there. I'm not going to worry about it. And honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a baby wipe maybe. I'm going to wipe my brayer. Let's first see if we can get anything off of here. So you can do that. Also, I saw, ooh, I can't remember who it was now, but another artist. She's got a smallish channel. Anyways, she used Murphy's oil soap to clean her brayers, her brushes, and her jelly plates, which I wouldn't have thought to use that on my jelly plates, but it worked. And she actually soaked them, all of them. Even brushes that were crusty, and even brayers that were crusty. So I just used a baby wipe. I'm going to pick another color now, and we're going to go for that. So let's try, I have a sap green. Let's try the permanent violet. I haven't used this a lot. Okay, and again, I'm making papers just that I can have on hand, that I can use in a mixed media piece that I'm making. So I'm just making all kinds of papers, again, to have on hand, right? Like, I'm not trying to create masterpieces right now. Sometimes the roll-off sheet is amazing. I like that today. So I think I'm going to take maybe the end of a pencil and create some kind of lines in here. And then I'm going to take, well, I didn't cut my paper, my tissue paper in half, so I'm going to try this paper. This is tracing paper. Now, I like tracing paper. I love to use tracing paper. One, the crinkly noise. Two, the translucent part of it. You know, you can put glue underneath it, and the edges even, it just disappears in the background. I forgot to put my stencil down. How silly is that? So I'm just pushing on it. It's quite warm in my office today, so I'm hoping that it dries a little bit quicker. And there we have it. Now, in and of itself, it's not like anything earth-shattering, but this I love. So I'll layer another color on top of this with another design on top of it. Maybe these will eventually start to come up. How about if we do a little of the coin magenta and a little of the white. Titanium white. Some of my paints are down to nothing. So this will make it not as transparent because I mixed it with the titanium white. It will make it more pinky. But then, ooh, that's noisy. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm going to put down, let's put down the Tangled Hearts again. And let's use this one. It looks like it's not going to be earth-shattering. It looks like the colors might be too close together, but let's see. So what I've been dying to do with this Tangled Hearts is I want to make a black background with it and then color in the hearts. So I want the white parts to all be black. Now that's not bad. You can't really tell too much what it is. You can see it in here, but not bad. So let's see, do I have something that I can go over here? Let's do the back of this. Let's see. Oh, Jen Penn says she just bought all the stuff to do jelly printing. Oh, how fun. You just have to start and keep doing it, Jen, like forever, like one day when you first start. Just keep practicing and keep doing it. You're going to love it. I was hoping to get a little more, but that's just the ghost print, right? But yes, I do this. Look how good this looks. I want to use this as my art. But she says, I do a lot of collage and this is a great idea for artsy paper. Yes, it is a fabulous idea for that. Okay, so I'm going to pick another color. Let's see what I have here. I don't know that I want anything this dark. Let's do Indian Yellow Hue. This is another favorite color of mine. Okay, and now I'm going to, let's see, what should we do? So there's still other layers on there. So this is the Tomoe River paper, and I have, this is what I was looking for, this ABC stencil. Now, I don't lose sleep that I'm going to have half a sheet that's a stencil, another half that's not, or what might come up off the paper, because I'm not using these per se. I'm using them as collage paper, like Jen mentioned. Ooh. Okay, this Tomoe River paper, it's super thin, super strong though. Oh man. This is my favorite pull from today. And yes, I made them backwards. I love that. Look at that. Look at those colors. This is a yes, yes, yes. This will get a lot of use for me. This way and this way. And so you could make your stencils come out backwards or forwards. Let's try to pull this off. I don't know if this will work. Might be too dry. But, you guys, there we go. This is what starts happening when you start going. This is good too, but I love all those bright colors together. So now you, in between, you can pull off, you can use a baby wipe and wipe that up. But I don't mind that this is going to come off and be usable. Okay, this is my favorite one of the day so far. Right here. Yep. So when you get your gel plate, Jen, this is how to do it. You just keep going till you can't go anymore. And you just keep playing with paint and different paints, acrylic and fluid acrylic and, you know, whatever you find. It's super fun. The hearts are subtle, yes. Yes, Estella, definitely. It was a great pull too. All right, let's try this again. I think it's that paper, by the way, that Tomoe River paper. It's so super thin and nice. All right, I'm going to try it with this here. I have another piece of it here. And then I also brought along some rice paper, so we'll try that too. I have a feeling that this Tomoe River paper, I chose it because it was so thin and it would be great to use in collage, you know, as collage fodder or as collage pieces, whatever. And that's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try it. We're going to pull this one. So that was the green gold, another one of my absolute favorites. And here you go. So you can see, you know, some of the alphabet stencils are still on there. This is the hex pattern here. But I think this super thin paper, this super thin Tomoe River paper is what has helped make that a good pull. I would advise people playing with that and trying that. You can, I think you can get that on Amazon. I think, can you? It's, I'll try to remember to look it up and link it because it's worth a play if you're willing to do it. And here's just more goodness. So there we go. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Yes, I will definitely post a link. I'll post it on this video and I'll post it in the group, Estella. So for those of you who don't know, we have a group on YouTube that I'd love to have you join if you want to. I'll post links to that also. So I'm going to do one more pull. I don't know what to do now because I kind of, I kind of loved the, well, maybe I'll use this, the nickel azo gold. So this is going to be my last pull. What do I have here for more stencils? I brought more stencils. Oh, you know what I have? These Nautilus. I love these. Let's try those. And I'm going to do it with the Tomoe River paper because I think that that's maybe a little more of this, huh? I find that when I start, you guys let me know below if you feel the same way. I find that when I want to have a jelly printing session, that in the beginning, my first pulls are always but once I get going, They get crazy good. Okay, I am going to use the smaller ones and do the nautilus shells. This is something that I would love to put in my art piece also. I like the idea of the natural world. Again, this paper is super nice, super thin, super, I don't even know. So how I found out about this paper was I like the traveler journals from Midori, they used to be called. Now I think they're just called the Travelers Company. And they made a traveler's journal that was made with this paper. And it was so nice to write on. And that's how I learned about it. So there's that. That's super nice. Okay, I'm going to pull this, and then I'm going to take another pull with, what do I have here? Okay, I'm going to try the rice paper. So this is our last one. This is the rice paper. It's textured on the back side and smooth on the front side. Again, I think I got this off of Amazon. You can't feel the coolness on the plate with this paper as easily as you can with those other thinner papers. It's like cooking pancakes. The first one isn't great. That is 100% the truth. So I find that, finally you get warmed up and it's almost like you can't quit, right? You want to keep going because good things are happening. So now this was maybe a little dry, so it didn't come out that great. However, I love this subtle orientation. So this is super subtle, but I feel like I could do something with that. You know what? I'm going to do another color with that. Let's do, what will go with it? Let's do the quinacridone magenta. Okay. And I'm going to do one more because maybe we could get the rest of that up. And that would be good. I don't know, but we're going to try it. Well, that looks like I need a little more. Well, one. Oh, I'm starting to pull it off. That means it's dry. All right, let's go with what we got here before it's too late. Okay. I do like how subtle that came out. Yes, they are. The Nautilus are also from PM Artist Studio. You can get Estella's Tangled Heart there. Estella has a couple other lovely, which we do have, but I just didn't bring my whole collection with me, of stencils. And I think she puts out a new one every month, if I'm correct. Okay. And while the piece by itself might not make it, this is some good collage fodder. So it's stuck back to my gel plate. Let's move the gel plate. Okay, so here's what we made today. So this is okay. I kind of am, can you guys see how faint that is? But I love this. It's very rustic looking to me. I love this. This one's okay. I'll always use these parts or I'll keep adding to them. I love it when it's junky like this. This might be my favorite. This one. the color combination right there. Love that. I even love the ghost print here. This was another print that we did. I love this, really. So those were Estella's Tangled Hearts. This is, you know, pulling up stuff. Oh, look at this. Estella's Tangled Hearts. Love that, and I love that. Look at that. And again, you can color these in. I want to do this black and have the hearts open so that I can paint them. I have a vision. I'm going to use that on the front of one of my journals. I love it so much. And these were just my first pulls, which, you know, disappointing. But like the pancake effect, like Donna said. And this is just another pulling up the junk on the plate. So that's our jelly plate session for today. I'll keep playing with these. Ooh, the Tomoe River paper, though, might be my favorite now for printing, I think. So there's that. I did use the stencils are from PM Art Studios. So there's the Nautilus one. And Estella's is Tangled Hearts. And this is the 5x7 one. And it looks like that now with that beautiful coloring on it, which I kind of love. So there's that. And I don't know, I've seen these stencils around someplace, but I know that the company that made them is no longer making them. So I can't tell you how to find this. But I do like this one. So there we go. And the Nautilus one also has the large Nautilus, which is kind of cool too. So, okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you again to everybody who followed, who liked and subscribed and helped get me to my over 1,000 people now. I appreciate all of you. Nice to meet you, Jen. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And yes, that Tomoe River paper just is going to be, it's going to be a hit, and I'm going to get more of it. I don't think it's cheap. I've had it for a long time. I've sort of coveted it, saving it, but it's definitely worth trying some jelly prints with. It's amazing. Okay, guys, everybody have a great day. Oh, and I'm off tomorrow, Tuesday. There'll be no video. I'll see you again Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for more videos. Okay, everybody, have a great night and take care.